On today's video, let's take a look at 10 reserve list cards you probably should have in your collection. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel and you somehow found me out there on YouTube, well, thanks a lot for checking out my content today. I really hope everyone enjoys it. Smash that subscribe button. Join in the fun. It's free to do, and it helps me get closer to the goal of 10,000 subscribers. You guys can help me get there. I look forward to seeing everyone at the 10K party when we get there. It's going to be a blast. Now, on today's video, we're taking a look at 10 reserve list cards that should probably be in your collection, okay, guys? Now, this is only for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a Magic financial advisor. I did not graduate Magic University. This channel is purely entertainment. Let's take a look at these cards, shall we? All right, our first card today is going to be Allurin. This is an enchantment card, guys. 2 green, 2 other. Not bad, right? But being able to play creature cards for free is amazing. 3 mana or less, Jimmy, infinite cycles you guys can get on those kind of combos nowadays. It's an amazing card that is seeing an uptick right now, and I really think people should grab it before it gets too far out of price range for most people. At $150 in Canada, $7 in the US, give or take, and $75 in the EU. Guys, this is a reasonable card that can do some real damage in Commander. Now, you can play it in Commander, Vintage, and Legacy, but let's face it, it's going in a lot of Commander decks right now. You should buy it before it's out of reach, okay? I'm just saying, it's one of those cards. Now, another card that's been creeping up has been Intuition. Intuition, you can play it in Commander, Vintage, Legacy again. You're looking at around $300 Canadian, $168 in the US for moderately played copies, and $195 in the EU for a near mint to light played copy. Again, Intuition's nice, being able to get those cards and get them into play quickly. And let's face it, at instant speed, it's nice. Okay, playing at the end of a turn to get more things going is an amazing card. Underrated, and of course it can be played in Commander. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, our next card, Volroth Stronghold. Another amazing card that I've talked about in this channel before. Remember, you're going to see a lot of lands today, because lands that don't have negatives, like Volroth Stronghold, you can tap it for mana right away, even if it is just colorless. But being able to take a creature card from the graveyard and put it back on top of your library at that key moment is amazing. And it's such a cheap cost to get out. Now, $155 in Canada, $120 in the US, and $90 in the EU. This card is still within reach of even a moderate player who is starting to get a little bit more serious. So take a look at this card as a serious contender to add to your decks, even if it is only for later on. Maybe not now. But you don't want to come back 5 years from now and regret not having cards like this that I'm showing you guys today. Seriously, I know the feeling. It's happened to me already, so I never bought that Gaia's Cradle when it was cheap. Now, Plateau. I'm picking on Plateau. You can use Scrublands too, but in particular, this is a cheaper card right now to get, and it's still we're talking dual lands, and you're talking reserve list cards. Now, at $280 in Canada, $230 in the US, $165 in the EU. Guys, it's used in Commander all the time. Vintage and Legacy, of course. But you can use it in Commander. It's going to give you 2 mana types with no drawbacks ever. That's the key to dual lands. And there's lots of cards you can play in Modern and Standard and all kinds of amazing cards. But when it comes to dual lands, there's only a finite amount in the world. It's not that badly priced right now. It had a bit of a dip now since the buyout. This is a time to snag a card like this and get it before the getting's gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, some good stuff. Now, a personal favorite of mine, Soldevi Excavations. I know some people on my channel love talking about this card, don't we? Let's take a look. It has no drawbacks. You come in, you sack an island. Great. But it taps for 2 mana. It lets you look at the cards in your library. Come on. At $31 Canadian, $26 in the US, $17.40 in the EU. Are we serious? You can play it in Commander. Amazing. You can also play it in Vintage and Legacy if you need to. Guys, it's an underrated card. It will hit $100 one day. There is no doubt in my mind. Buy it while you can. I mean, on my channel, lots of people have it, but I'm saying buy it because it is a good card. I've told people this for years. Great card. The next one is an underrated dog, okay? This one here, people forget about. It's Fallen Empires, but it is a land. You can play in Commander, Legacy, Vintage. A lot of people I know play this card and then sack it to a Zern Orb or whatever and then play it back later on. But let's face it, At $13 Canadian, $6.50 in the US, $11 in the EU, this is an affordable card still. I know we're talking Fallen Empires, but Rainbow Veil can do things for you. It can give you that key mana you need at just the right time. And the only drawback is you have to give it to your opponent. Who cares? There's lots of ways to sack that land, get rid of that land, unsummon that land, or let your opponent take it for a turn. Who cares? Great card for when you gotta have that mana at just the right time. Now, another great card that I want to mention that I think you should own is going to be Cajon Outpost. At $35 in Canada, $24 in the US, and $24 in the EU. You got to think about this. It's a land, it comes into play, you sack a plains. I get that, it's fine, you're going to sack a plains. But it generates 1/1 creatures when you need them, at a very minimal cost to your mana supply. Being able to generate a 1/1 creature, any creature sometimes, really helps out a deck just trying to stay alive. It can be used in Commander, Legacy, Vintage. You can have this card there. That's why it's there. An amazing card at a reasonable price. The prices haven't moved much on the card, which is great, even though the sales are steady to strong. Buy it now while you can. You won't regret it later. Think about where some of the other cards have gone in this set. When you think about alliances during the buyout, think of the cards going up. This is a minimal investment that almost anyone can afford to buy that card. Get it while you can. Now the next one, Energy Storm. This is on the cheaper side, but I have bought some copies of it for myself just to keep around as well. I looked at this and said $11 in Canada, $3.50 in the US, $4 in the EU. Commander, which is what I would use it for, as well as Legacy Vintage. Being able to stop sorceries and instants and stuff from doing damage to you is amazing. Okay, I love that it goes to 0. But the cumulative upkeep thing kind of bothers me, but there's lots of ways of popping it out and popping it back in to keep those costs low. I like this card. I see the potential of it going somewhere one day, so what's wrong with picking up 10, 15 copies at a minimal investment, but you may see returns on. And remember, all the cards I'm showing you guys today are reserve list, right? That's the whole point. They're on the reserve list. They're not coming back. So even if it's a low ball investment, you're going to see gains on these kind of cards later on. Now, how about the good old Thomas's Coffin? This is a more expensive card, I admit. But you're talking an older era of Magic when you go all the way back to Antiquities. I love being able to pop creatures out of play and hide them in the coffin. Commander playable, Vintage Legacy, $300 in Canada. You got $2.50 in the US. You got $3.40 in the EU. I don't know why it's a high price. Let me know if I'm wrong on that one, guys, but that's what I found. And I look at this card and say, why not? I own a couple of copies myself. I love the card. I have played with it before, and it keeps things safe. I feel snug inside my coffin. You know what I'm saying? You can see why somebody might enjoy that. It's not coming back around. The art is amazing to look at. It has steady sales already. If you can afford to squeeze this one in, of course you should grab it. Like almost every card on this list, they're all reserve list. Why not add one more to your collection? Now the last card. This one's fallen nicely in the last little while. We have got Fastball. Fastball has gone down to $35 in Canada. Awesome. $25.50 in the US, and of course $35 in the EU. Commander, Legacy, Vintage, amazing. But it used to be as high as $50-something. So you'd be buying this when it's nice and low on the dip. Look for a place you can get some good shipping from it. Guys, amazing card. Try to look for those near mint copies. Not only is it reserve list, it's also revised. When you look at the revised one here and you see what they were being bought for, if you go for the near mint, when the next buyout happens, you are poised to capitalize on that for people looking to finish collections in revised, who want near mint cards only. You will be in a position to look at the profits on that later and say, yep, I'm going to make some cash on that. And that's what we're talking about sometimes. Not always. Somebody just want to play with a card. But if I'm playing with a card, I don't care if it's beat up or not. I just want it to be real. If you're going to invest in something and hold on to it, you want to make sure you go for those near mint copies if you can afford to do so. If you just want to play copy, look for a beat up one that you can get. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you learned something today. I hope these are cards that you'll think have some value to them. If not, tell me why not. I want to know. You like it? You don't like it? Why don't you like it? Why do you think it's worthless? Let me know, guys. It'd be awesome to talk to you. All right, guys, this is MTG Moxman. I look forward to seeing you guys each and every day. Leave those comments in the comments section. Give a thumbs up to the video. And hey, have a great day today because you guys deserve it. I'll see you tomorrow. I will. Don't worry. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'll be here. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. Of course, Kyle W. I have no idea why it left you off the list when I looked at all the things on the Patreon. I guess it hadn't cleared and I thought I left enough time. My bad, guys. Patrons make the world go round. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great one. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Other times, you gotta make sure people are paying attention to what goes in the box. You gotta know what's going on. Most people don't watch the video this long, remember that. Hope you're recording the results. Have a great one, guys. You're still here? Why? The video ended. Nobody's supposed to see this far. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. No, that's not how it works. If you made it this far, put a boomstick in there for me so I know. Boomstick.